Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Patricia, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically here in the frozen north. And yes, even at the end of March, it is still the frozen north here in the far north of Alaska. Now, not so much where my home is, down near Anchorage. I live in Palmer. But up here where I teach in the winter time, and of course in the fall and spring, is still very much winter. Everything is covered by snow, and it is beautiful, but it's still covered by snow. So anyway, we are going to make a quick as we can card. I didn't want this one to take too terribly long. And you'll also notice I have two separate dies here. I don't know which one we're going to use yet. We're going to try both and see what comes out. We are going to use the Oceanfront stamp set. We are also going to use the Let's Set Sail stamp set and the punch with that one. There is not a die or a punch with the Oceanfront. And then these two dies that we have here, one is this one, these layered diorama dies. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to use the one right in the middle, maybe. Okay, there's also the layering circles dies. I'm turning it over to the back to look at the name of the dies. And these are the layering circles dies. And if you'll notice, there's scalloped and there's straight, or, you know, straight as you can going around a circle. In other words, circle dies. These actually do, you can combine them. So I could put a scallop on this one. Etc. Okay, so I can layer those the same as I can layer these. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and want more information on that, just ask me down in the comments. By the way, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up, if you would subscribe if you have not already done so, and also if you would click that beside that subscribe button, there's a little bell. If you'll ring that bell so that you'll get notifications when I post a new video. Now, I'm not quite sure. We've got our card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25 in basic white. I'm not sure if we're going to do this in the Crumb Cake or if we're going to do it in Pacific Point. But that's going to be our layer. All right, and I've cut both of them so that I will have them both. Again, they're 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, 3 3/4 by 5. We'll see which ones we're going to use yet. I have an idea of what I want this to be. And we're going to, let's just go ahead and get started so we can do this. I have, I took one off, but I have some colors here. Again, not quite sure what we're going to do, but we've got Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Pacific Point. By the way, forgot to tell you the color of this paper is Pacific Point or cardstock. We're going to have Early Espresso and Crumb Cake. So, sorry, dropped that card base. Got to have that. So what we're going to do is in Oceanfront. And you know, when I first looked at this, I was kind of like, okay, what are you supposed to do with that? So I'm going to show you. I have these 3, where's the other one? 3 basic stamps, and you can create a scene. Now, I love designer series paper. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But what if I bought a designer series paper to go with this, and then all of a sudden 3 or 4 or whatever years later I want to use this and I don't have any more of that designer series paper? As I said, we also call that DSP. I can create my own with these stamp sets. And these are the colors we're going to use. As I said, Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Pacific Point, Early Espresso, and Crumb Cake. So let's start with, let's go with Balmy Blue. See what we get. And I'm going to do this one. This is going to be my, know what? It's not either. This one's going to be my ocean. My sky. I decided to do the sky instead of the ocean first. Okay, and I might have to do this a couple of times, so I'm going to start up here at the top. I've just got a rather large scrap piece of paper. Okay, so I've got my sky. Then I am going to, and I did that with my Balmy Blue, and then I'm going to go, do I want to go, yeah, I'm going to go Coastal Cabana. We're going to try it. We'll see what happens. This will be my ocean. Okay, so I'm going to get some good ink on there and put my ocean. I'm going to overlap it just the teeniest little bit. Okay, there's my ocean. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we want to put some sand on there. So I'm going to go to my Crumb Cake for my sand. Come on, open. Okay. Push it this way. Sometimes they just don't like to open. And I'm going to do my sand. Okay. So, get my sand nice and inked up. And again, just the tiniest little bit, I'm going to overlap them. Okay. Now I have a little bit of scenery. Let's go ahead and close these up again. That was my Crumb Cake. And my ocean is my Coastal Cabana, which I'm thinking I'm liking. And then I'm going to put some grasses on that. Okay, so I'm going to take my stamp. I have some of my boat stamps ready to go, but I need those blocks, so I'm going to pull that off. And I want my my early espresso. Okay. Looks like I'm missing some of my stamps. Where'd they go? I don't know. So I'm going to put some Crumb Cake on there. Oh, that's so gorgeous. And a little bit more. And just a little bit more. Okay. So I've got me some good sand or seagrass, not seagrass, grass on the side of the shore. Okay, so I could use this one. Oh, I might have to do that. That's gorgeous. Or I'm going to use this one. That is just too gorgeous for words. Okay, so how beautiful is that? That's what I'm going to use. And here is my mini Stampin'. Whoops, I need to turn that around. My handle's on the right side because I'm right-handed. Move some of this out of the way a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to have to trim my paper just a smidgen bit so that it will go through. There we go. That should do it. What is that at? Maybe not. We're going to have to trim it over on the other side as well. So turn that around. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to chop it off here. And then, there we go. So I'm not flipping around a bigger piece of paper. And the other side. Because it can't be more than about 3.5 inches to go through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay? Now, don't throw these away. These make perfect sentiment strips. Okay, as long as it will fit through here, you see that? As long as it will fit through there, it's going to work on my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Sorry, I was talking away from the machine. Mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now, all of these die plates come with your mini. And I need to do my sandwich. So I need my 1, and it tells you what I need. 1, 1, and 2 2s. So I put that in there. Put my die in here. Put my, whoa, I was about to cut this wrong. Let me show you what I was about to do. I personally, this is just my personal thing, I have a plate that I cut into. And this is the cutting edge. And I put the paper between the cutting edge and the cutting plate. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can cut into either two. I like to cut into one at a time until this number 2 plate is just butchered to death. Okay, in other words, you cut into it a ton and a ton and a ton, and then I switch it out for a new one. The new one will be the one that I have used as my top plate or do not cut plate. So I get it started, and I'm gonna feed it on through. There we go. Whoop, feed it on through. Okay, put this away. Again, I'm just gonna fold it up. Makes a nice satisfying little click there. Okay, and there is my little scene. Now, how cool is that? I just love it. Now, I could have done a circle, and that's what I had originally thought I would do, which is why I had my circle out here. I was just going to cut a nice little circle like that. But I really like kind of that free-flowing looking shape to it, because it looks more like the kind of the shape, if you will, of water, free-flowing kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Oh, I'm liking this so far. Now what I need to do is create my little sailboat that I'm going to put on the water. I'm going to put some Poppy Parade sails, and I've got 4 stamps for this. So let me show you these. And this is, again, with the Let's Set Sail, and I have the 2 sails, the shadow of my boat, the boat itself, and the punch. This is the punch, and this is what it looked like. Whoops, how did it go? This way. No, this way. Okay, but I punch out a little sample like this, because then what I do is I take my scrap paper and I either put this here, lay down. It's like a puzzle, right? Yep, I got to lay them right up. Or hit. No, I don't. I need to. How do I put this on there? Oh my goodness. Haven't done this in a while. All right, you know what? We're not even going to do that. Here's what we're going to do. I need this piece to be right here. Okay, so I'm going to lay that out. And then I'm going to stamp it. I feel like I'm backwards today. Okay, I was trying to do this quick so I could get this posted. So, got my sail, put it on my stamp, stamp it up, whoops, and I want it to go this direction. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get my other stamp, or other sail, excuse me. I'm going to pull it out, and it's going to go over on this side. I'll show you what I'm looking at here in just a minute when I go to punch it out. Okay, and then I need my boat. So here's my boat, and I'm going to do my boat in, let's do early espresso, right? Okay, so we're going to do early espresso. And I'm just going to, what direction? This direction is good. Whew, I almost put it back in my, okay, so stamp that down. Looks nice. All right, now let me close this up so I don't get anything in there. Okay. I need to put this in. And the reason I wanted to see which directions it was going was so that I could put my sailboat in the correct direction and not have to, you know, do some shenanigans in order to cut that piece out. Okay, now this one I need to, and I did it wrong, so it's no big deal really. It's just all I have to do is cut it out and then I can get to it like this. Put it in there. I want to line it up. Now what I do is I line it up. Okay, I hold it. I just hold it the least little bit. And if it's not lined up, which it's not, I release it. See, what I'm doing is I'm just holding this the least little bit. Not enough to cut, but just enough to line that stamp up right there. Whoop, almost there. Okay, once I have it somewhat ready, check it out. Let it go just a bit. Line it up a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Punch. All right, now I have my boat and I need my other sail. And so it is also wrong. I did try to line these up. Did you see that? Let me show you something though. When you go to do this, give yourself a little bit of room to hold on to that piece of paper. Okay, this is what happens when you're in a hurry. Okay, I was trying to do quick, you know. I almost cut my handle off. Did you see that? All right, so slip it back in there, line it up, punch. There we go. All right, we have our sailboat. Yes, very nice. I'll do another video showing you how to use that, but I'm really kind of in a hurry to get this done. I need to get home. I've got a roast in the oven, you know, all those good things. Okay, let me get scraps. Whoa, yeah, scraps out of the way. I've got my boat. Need to get my stamps out of the way. I mean, my stamp pads. That was another sailboat that didn't have anything on it. And you can prevent that when you do it properly. So I'll show you what I mean by that, but in another video. All right, let me get everything out of the way so we can start putting our card together. We have got this or this and our stamp pad out of the way. Okay, so we've created our little background. Do we like this? Or do we like this? Oh, man. I think I'm liking that. You know, the nice thing is, if you're watching this and you're going, I really like the Pacific Point, then, hey, use the Pacific Point. You know? All right, so I'm going to put down my card. Now, if I had some ribbon here, I don't, but again, this was one of those cards I just wanted to do really quickly. Yeah, I'm not seeing any ribbon. Should have pulled some out, but I didn't. Okay, this we are not going to put up on dimensionals, and I'll show you why here in a sec. Eeks, got glue on there. So let's put it on the back of our card. Make sure your horizon is straight. I almost messed up. I'm going to move it down just a bit. Whoop, make sure your horizon is straight. There we go. Why would you want your horizon straight? Well, have you ever seen a crooked horizon? I got to have a drink. Hold on. This is my orange juice. About the only way we have to get juice in the village. And so there we go. All right. So, we're going to put our sailboat on here about like this. It's going to sit on that horizon line, and we're going to put our sails on there. I might move them over a little bit to the, do I want them to the left or the right? I think I'm going to put them to the left. And I am going to use some dimensionals to put these up just the least little bit. So I'm going to put it on a sail. I've got a little bitty piece right here. So I'm going to use that. There we go. My other sail. Put my dimensional there. I need a little piece for that one. There we go. Nice. And I'm going to put some little pieces on my mast. Okay, so I've got a half a piece. And let me cut some of these. Be sure you always are using your edges. You know, when I first got these, when I first started with Stampin' Up, I was kind of like, what do? Throw those away? And then I just couldn't bear the thought of it, even though, you know, it's not all that expensive. It's still waste, and I just didn't want to waste it. So, let me see. Whoopsie. Of course, I got it on the back of my hand, not on the back of the sailboat. And I've got just a bit. You know what? You can't even hardly tell, but I'm still going to cut that. Whoa. Cut that little. Well, Patricia Diane. I'm going to cut that little bit. I can't hold on to it. It's such a little piece. Cut that little bit out of there. You can't even tell, I don't think. But I want to cut it out just in case you can, right? Okay, there we go. Pull that out. I'm going to pull my backs off because I definitely want to put my sailboat, the boat itself, on the horizon before I put my sails on it. Okay, like that. Take my backings off. Like I said before, because I live in a very, very dry place, everything is very staticky, including the backings on these. And so you want to put your your sails up next to, you don't want them hanging out in the air, your sailboat. There we go. There we are. How cute is that? And I think we're going to use, let's see, Let Your Dreams Set Sail. That's a nice, happy mail, isn't it? Let Your Dreams Set Sail. And I'm going to grab a block. And where do we want to put it? I think we're going to put it right there. I like that. And we're going to do that with our early espresso. Okay. That is some really nice happy mail. Let Your Dreams Set Sail. There we go. Love it. Let's put a little bit of grass on the inside. Woo! Well, Patricia, I keep dropping things today. Okay, only twice, but still. Gonna put us some grasses on the inside. There we go. I'm loving it. Don't forget to do your envelope. Do your envelope. What I mean is, of course, decorate it. So we're going to put some seagrass on there as well. There we go. You know, I would put my sails on there again, but I mean my sailboat, and who knows, maybe I will. But there we go. We've got a nice quick, relatively quick, how long is that? 23 minutes card, and we, close up the inks, and a cute little sailboat with a scene. So pretty. I love that. Let's Set Sail and Oceanfront. Now, I'm going to do some more on Oceanfront because the scenes on that are just so cute. And then don't forget, of course, that we decided to go with the layered diorama dies. And it was the middle one, just FYI. All right, there we go. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great evening, day, morning, wherever you are. And, oh, you know what? We should add some, hold on one sec. We need to add us some boids. We need some boids in the sky. You know, those are boids, right? Oh! Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, well, the birds are all clustered. You never mess up, right? There we go. Ah, much better birds. Okay, let's do one more over here. You know what it was? It was I had that envelope under there. There we go. Love it. I'll try to fix that. Anyway, we could have put the Pacific Point in there, but I'm just as happy with the whatever it is I used. Crumb Cake. Anyway, my name is Patricia Hauser, House with an R, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. If you are looking for me, it is stampinwithpatricia.stampinup.net. To purchase any of the supplies, there will be a list down below. stampinwithpatricia@outlook.com if you have any questions. On Facebook, I am Stampin' with Patricia. Notice there's no spaces in any of these. I'm also creating a new series called Welcome to Stampin', so if you want to look for those, then I would be happy to have you on those. Again, please subscribe and click the bell that is beside that so that you can get notification when I post new videos. Thank you so much. Have a good one.